Thus shall you think of this fleeting world, the wind through the trees and the water and the stones. This is where I know who I am, and the sky hangs low enough to be friendly. My family has returned here for 150 years. Stories like grain through fingers. They told me my ancestors walked from here through Miners Rest to Ballarat to Ballan, through Loderberg, round Bacchus Marsh to Melbourne to get the land deeds. We're made up for our past, but I try and hold on to them, and there's sand. Another off-past tree springs to the foreground and blasted against a rippling sliver of silver sky. I can feel them in the rows, the silvery lisp of branches. Ancient weathered faces make up the mountain range. I can't see my reflection in the caked creek bed. The first time I was taken to the old house, my father and I passed by a dead lamb and its mother, and he let out 3 toneless whistles. We entered through a bedroom torn open, destroyed, and the wind in the hallway betrayed its abandonment. I was terrified of taking another step in case a snake would leap from the walls, and maybe because it was so quiet. The newspapers in the kitchen said the last fireside browse was in the 40s. There was nothing I could do, even if I screamed. It wouldn't change, and as we left, I whistled thrice. Where's home, Ulysses? Are there pieces of myself along the way to Melbourne? My head down like a finished done. Time gets distracted, casts its lazy eye across my journey. Hours flit by like embers from a grindstone, or every second is an eagle floating endlessly. Writing her exegesis on a flipped-over card table. The widening of her eyes with the realization of the apocalypse. It is not destruction, not hellfire, not reckoning. It is a sudden vision of the previously unseen. The rending of the veil, because he walked with them, but they did not recognize him, for they did not know his name. Far off, the sound of stolen machinery matched the sounds of spanner hitting wall and a hand rippling across a cheek. Is that beautiful? Veins cross the territories, towns and cities clustered on the coast, sucking up the water. I can feel the heartbeat of Australia, thick and struggling through the tarmac of the veins. A concrete spire, concentric around a diminishing core. Lands with gurgling mouths or dusty throats is a continuum of extremes. How did they grow up here? Blacken and the strings snap, fade from grey. Floodwaters draining through lawn. It turns brown when tall grass grows on top of it and then cut off. There are lives buried here. Lives I shall never know. I hear I knew your grandfather in a way for understanding builds up and collapses. I think this is a place I'd like to live, but it's replaced by another. Sky, water, dust. Only recorded by a polish, only permitted. Stigmata traced in gold lining the hollow. My hands aren't thick with experience, but I heard my farming uncle roar with curses when the motor wasn't itself anymore. To thump the cracked shells tumbled round the corpses of rabbits. I never heard my grandfather sing, but I watched his eyes moisten as he lay in his room, listening to his hometown Welsh choir. Lips pursed against the flame. The words and their meaning burst apart at the seams again. I have gone so far to the edge of things that I only live there now. Extremities hurt. There is a bruise because of the eyeglass, and that's why I became not. Tabris holds open a door somewhere among the dead tractors. At sunset, the clouds retreat to the corners of the sky. Now I just had to look past the fence. Eternal watches of a wayward moon, trapped, flay open the ridges of their back and see your earth spill between her fingers, crumbling without smudge. Who am I? This is where they came. I can't make anything up. These are just things I've seen. I'm trapped inside myself. These conversations in my head, fake and real, future and in past, people who are the same and different, they're all me. I look down at my hands and feel these images and these sounds and their meanings slip from my grasp, and I guess it's alright. They're my hands. And I know who's been buried here. And I know who will be buried here. And I know that I'll be buried here.